For years, the whole world of search felt like a hunt for a single magic key. But what happens when that key just doesn't fit the lock anymore? Today, we're going to dig into a huge shift in how search actually works. A world where, honestly, the old rules are broken. And context, well, context is king. So if you've ever tried to get a website noticed online, you've probably spent hours, maybe even days, hunting for that one perfect keyword, right? You know that magic word you thought would just unlock a flood of traffic? Well, I've got some news for you. That race is pretty much over. The game has totally changed. It used to be about making a big list of separate, standalone keywords you wanted to rank for. But now it's all about creating a connected context, a whole theme or related to your market that proves you know what you're talking about. We've moved from just words to entire worlds of meaning. So when did this all happen? We can actually point to a specific date, October 26th, 2015. This was the day Google officially launched something called RankBrain. This wasn't just another update, it was a machine learning system that marked the exact moment search engines started to understand the intent behind our searches, not just the literal words we were typing. And that little shift changed the entire goal of search. Seriously, it was no longer about just matching words on a page to words in a search box. It became about answering the real questions in a user's mind, even if they didn't know how to phrase them perfectly. It's about getting to the why behind the what. To really get this, we need to talk about semantics. It sounds complicated, but it's not. Think about the word cold. By itself, it has a dictionary definition. But if I say someone gave you a cold look, it means unfriendly. And if we talk about a cold case, it means unsolved. Semantics is just the study of that, how context completely changes what words actually mean. So when we take that idea and apply it to search, we get semantic SEO. It's the practice of optimizing not just for words, but for meaning. It's about connecting all the dots. Your products, your location, your reviews, so that a search engine doesn't just see a website. It understands a complete business. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually mean for you and me when we type something into Google? What does this new, smarter search look like in the real world? Well, let's take a search for the Beatles. Years ago, you would have just gotten a simple list of 10 blue links. Kind of boring. But look at it now. You get videos from YouTube, image galleries, song lists from apps like Spotify, full biographies, official info. It's not a list. It's a comprehensive answer to everything you could want to know. This rich, interactive card of information has a name. It's called the Knowledge Graph. You can think of it like a digital encyclopedia entry that Google builds on the fly, pulling together facts, images, and links from all over the web to give you one complete picture. And this isn't just for world-famous bands. It works for a local copy shop or your neighborhood mechanic, too. The Knowledge Graph can pull in their location right from maps, photos from their gallery, and recent customer reviews. It gives potential customers a complete snapshot of the business before they even click a single link. Okay, this is where it gets really fascinating. How does a machine take all this information scattered all over the internet and weave it together into this seamless web of meaning? I mean, how does it actually learn? The answer is something called structured data. In simple terms, it's just a way of organizing and labeling the information on your website so that computers don't have to guess what it all means. You're basically speaking their language and giving them a roadmap to your content. Now, this really powerful language has a very, very simple foundation. The basic building block, let's call it the atom of structured data, is a concept known as a triple. A triple is just a statement with 3 parts. It connects one thing, an entity like Michael Jackson, with another entity like singer, using a clear relationship like was a. So, Michael Jackson was a singer. It's really that simple. And here's the magic of it all. By connecting millions, and now probably billions, of these super simple statements, Google builds its massive, ever-growing understanding of how everything in the world relates to everything else. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, this is interesting, but is semantic SEO just another trendy buzzword that marketers are throwing around? And you know what? That's a fair question. There's actually a bit of a debate around it. The sources we looked at point to 2 sides. Some people argue that good optimization has always been about quality, so this is nothing new. But the other side argues that ever since RankBrain came along, it's basically impossible to even talk about optimization without including semantics. The game has just changed too much. So, Here's the bottom line. In the world of search today, connotation, that is, the implied, contextual meaning of your content, is vastly more important than denotation, the literal dictionary definition of a word. Context truly is everything. So, what does this all mean for you? Well, it means you've got to shift your strategy. You need to focus on covering entire topics, not just chasing single keywords. Your goal should be to answer user questions so thoroughly that they have no reason to go anywhere else. You've got to build out a web of related concepts on your site and clearly define your area of expertise for both people and search engines. And that leaves us with one final and, I think, crucial question to ask yourself about your own website. After everything we've talked about, is your website just a random collection of words you hope will rank? Or have you actually built it to be a true source of knowledge? Because the answer to that question is going to define your success from here on out.